Carolina Panthers are want to, excuse me, got a little itch. Are going to want to go with their rookie quarterback. This running back could be relied on very, very heavily. So just keep an eye on how Chuba Hubbard could become a steal for you in fantasy. Zamir White, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, never been a fan. Kendre Miller, Michael Carter, very disappointed. Dream Hunt, no team. Josh Kelly, James Robinson, Jerome Ford, Chase Edmonds, Rashawn Johnson, Tank Bigsby, Isaiah Spiller, Dearness Johnson, Pierre Strong Jr., Zach Moss, Boston Scott, Zonovan Knight, and Zach Evans. That is tier group 7 of running backs, and neither one of those boys are moving anywhere. All right, tier group 8, we got Jordan Mason, Tyron Williams, Daheen Himes, who is, I believe, out for the season, so we can completely take him out of this team. We just take him out, as a matter of fact. I'm just going to completely delete this player because he is not playing this year. So let's clear that. All right. Jermichael Hasty. Let's see. Israel Apenakanda. Sorry if I messed your name up. Tajay Spears, Ronald Jones II, Matt Breida, Latavius Murray. Let me tell you something. Because if he plays like Latavius Murray, that bring me back to those glory days of fantasy football. Remember that year? I think Raiders went 13 wins that year. They were in the playoffs. This was riding high. That was on the of Latavius Murray. Don't get me wrong. Murray Cooper was doing his thing. Don't let me sit here and ever take away from what that team under Jack Del Rio was trying to do. They were looking good. I just think a Jack Del Rio defense is a defense that never lasts, and it showed. But man, that god doggone Latavius Murray was my guy. And I was putting up. He is what Nick Chubb is now. Okay. That's what if I had to compare the two, I'm comparing Nick Chubb to Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray was that guy, and the only difference was Latavius Murray could catch. Let me tell you how much of a guy he was. Everybody was high on Melvin Gordon, right? No, not your boy. Not Melvin Gordon. Not Melvin Gordon. Alvin Kamara. Why was I not high on Alvin Kamara? Because Alvin Kamara is a one-trick pony. Let me explain something to you what I mean by that. He can't run between the tackles. No, he cannot. His success was only great with one guy, Drew Brees. That is it. That is the only reason why he put up on the points, because half of them were catches. When you let Drew Brees go out, watch those guys. Who was the running back in there eating? Latavius doggone Murray, eating between the tackles, running people over, dropping 25 points in fantasy football, while the starter, Alvin Kamara, was hurt. Because he can't run between the tackles when and do nothing much when Breeze ain't on the field. So guys, you guys gotta watch what you gotta watch out for things like that. Okay, come on, but Drew Brees, man, I hated playing against him when Drew Brees. I did. Don't get me wrong. I didn't want to draft him, but I hated playing against him. I knew I was gonna get put on me by this dude. But when he had to play against me, and his quarterback was anybody that was not Drew Brees, I won. Because Alvin Kamara can't run between the tackles, period. I don't know what else y'all want me to see. You can pull up the videos and go out and find you some videos and run them. Go find them one game. But I need you to look at the average. With Drew Brees, he's a dog. You can't sleep him. Without Drew Brees, he's a puppy. And Latavius Murray came in like a monster. He had them boys won them games with Teddy B. Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray is the journeyman Frank Gore right now. You understand what I'm telling you? Somebody is going to pick him up and see if he with Buffalo. Look at that. And if he eat with Buffalo might win a Super Bowl because Latavius Murray. That might be Josh. Let it be said here today that if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, it is on the back of a healthy Latavius old man Murray. Boy, I'm telling you, that is my guy. I think that I got to keep him in this tier group with his age and where he's at right now. That's just where he has to be. But man, Latavius Murray, he has always been. He is that guy that has. If you needed a running back in a pinch and you knew he was starting, you picked up Latavius damn Murray, bro. Sorry, he was that guy. God, that was my guy, man. Ooh. That man Raiders should have won a Super Bowl that year, man. Dang. All right, let's move on. All right, so where we at? Latavius Murray, Tyrone Davis Price, Sean Tucker, Haskins, Chase Brown, J.D. McKissick, Chris Evans, Melvin Gordon III. No, I think he just went somewhere, but I think he's a Raven now. I looked at that as a little like, huh? No, let him be Raven. I think it'll work out. The guy think Melvin Gordon can catch a football and he can run up the seam so freaking fast. Let's not forget that game where he embarrassed the New England Patriots on the 5-yard line. Okay, so Melvin Gordon is still that guy. I just don't think he's a starter, but he can come in third down, quick screens. He's a guy that can get on the field and make things happen. I truly believe that. For fantasy purposes, again, he is somebody you may want to pick up. You might be getting him in like rounds 13, 14, like your last running back. Somebody you might be able to put in a pinch or during a bye week. Um, and yes, we are going to before the draft, we're going to pay attention to the players in bye week. Please pay attention to that. Do not have too many players with the same bye week. Do not stack players on the same team past 2. Don't do it. Please don't do it. 2 is fine, man. 2 is fine. You can go receiver, running back, quarterback, and running back, quarterback, receiver, quarterback, tight end. Just do 2. Tight end, receiver, tight end, running back. Just do 2. Do not overstack your team. You're going to suck all year. I'm serious. All right, and last but not least, Melvin Gordon, Eno Benjamin, Salvin Ahmed, DJ Dallas, Dontrell Hillard, Justin Jackson, and Kenyon Drake. Those are your tier 8 running backs. And last but not least, we have tier 9, which is Evan Hall, Dwayne McBride, Daryl Henderson, Deuce Vaughn, and Myles Gaskin. So those are your tier group running backs. All right. Next we have, let's see here. All right, next we got these wide receivers, my favorite position. That's why I'm so hard on this position, because it is my favorite position. Between coaching players in this position, I'm very hard at players. I am about hands, I'm about eyes, I'm about feet. If those 3 pieces don't work together, how are your hips going to follow any direction? So you got all those pieces have to work, all of them, and your hips have to be involved. You got to know how to deceive. You got to know how to ride the seam. You got to know how to cut inside. You got to know how to dip. You got to know how to bail out. Oh my God, there's so many things, twists and turns that a receiver has to do. And this is before you even touch a football. This is before it's even in the air to your direction. You understand what I'm telling you? Mind you, with 2, 3 other people running routes just like you, trying to get the ball just like you, in 3 to 5 seconds from the quarterback being able to release the ball. Let me tell you something about this position. It is a goal, okay? If you are in this position, it's because you are that guy. You are him. And him at number 1 in tier group 1 is Justin Jefferson. Sorry. I get it. I said something last year. It's just something I didn't like, and I just hope he gets cleaned up this year. It's just he will beat you so bad in games, and then he got those few games where it's just like, dude, what the hell? Like they're so ugly, my guys. Like they're like good. Like bro, like where were you? Or 5? Because I was like, you catch 3 catches in a row at the end of the game. Like what game? So Justin has those, but hopefully it's his second year. So hopefully stuff like that can kind of get cleaned up. I don't even blame him most of the time on stuff like that. That's a him and a quarterback connection issue. So just hopefully stuff like that can get cleaned up. You know what I mean? And he won't have those types of games. But hey, with a Justin Jefferson, would you rather take a Justin Jefferson with 3 bad games out of 17, or a Justin Jefferson not show up for 5 games due to injury and some other crap? I'll take the 3. I can't believe he threw up a dud games. You know what I mean? So in tier group 1, we have Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, and Tyreek Hill. Those are the 4 guys I'm putting in this tier group. I want to put Devontae Adams up there, but I don't want to put him up there because I don't like his quarterback direction. And I actually think, though he may have a decent year, it's not going to be great. You know what I mean? He might still get 1,300, 1,200 yards. I just don't think it's going to be great. Uh, but yeah, those tier group one guys, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I am expecting great years out of these guys. I'm expecting the lowest man in this group to end up with what do you say? 1,400. I'm expecting the lowest man in this group to have out of these four to have 1,400. Again, I can put Tyreek Hill up here because his issue was last year he lost his quarterback and it went what it went last year. Hopefully, without those issues, Tyreek Hill is going to ball out. Uh, Tier group two, we have Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, and AJ Brown. AJ Brown is in tier group two because AJ Brown is a number two. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm with Tomo. I am. I like AJ Brown. I really do. But let me explain something to you guys. And maybe you guys shouldn't listen to channel 87 on fantasy sports radio because you guys would hear so much AJ Brown slander. That's why I agree with everything Tomo says because I listen to channel 87 and I hear what they say about AJ Brown, i.e., I mean, the reason why the Titans let him go is because of his injury issues. Um, Get it. He wasn't injured last year. I get that. I do. I'm not getting him on that for that. But I hear what other people say, and the consensus is pretty much the same. Like Devontae Adams is that guy there, and AJ Brown. But it doesn't mean AJ Brown is not a great receiver. AJ Brown still put up 1,400 yards. But I mean, so did Juju. You remember? Let's remember. Juju was on the other side of Brown, and he put up. They both put up 1,400 yards apiece that year. It's they're great numbers. Don't get me wrong, but it's how you get the numbers. I see where you guys say how he gets open, but you guys let's see what Tomo says with how he gets open like a tight end. Like I look, it's the routes that he run. Is it his fault? See, this is where I defend AJ Brown. No, is that his fault that he is running routes asked of him? No. What he is doing is he's going out there and he's producing. Period. That is what's important. But I'm keeping him in tier group two. He is not a tier group one. I would not draft AJ Brown over Tyreek Hill. I would not draft AJ Brown over Cooper Kupp. I would not draft AJ Brown over Jamar Chase, and I would not draft AJ Brown over Justin Jefferson. I would draft him over Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. I would draft him over those guys, absolutely. So that's why AJ Brown is in tier group two. Um, Stephon Diggs, look, you got to show me you can play football in the cold weather. I'm sorry. I've just seen, don't get me wrong, Allen had that bad game in the cold, but he also had a good game in the cold with no points that they lost to against the Patriots off of a field. It's those ugly games in the cold weather. He didn't look bad. It's just the weather was bad, but the playoff game in the cold is where Josh Allen looked like doo-doo. Okay. But see, Diggs, I saw a photo of this look you gave Allen. And I'm not a supporter of Allen. It's just this look you gave him of disappointment. And I mean, my guy, I could give you the same look every cold weather game you play. Like, dude, you don't show up in the cold. So don't come for somebody else until you come for yourself. You tier group two for a reason, Stephon Diggs. You him when it's nice and hot, when the season starts and everybody got a fan blowing because you're passing out from heat and you running past these cornerbacks because they can't stay with you because they tired because it's hot outside. But then it get cold. And then the heat ain't the problem no more. You are. And they can handle you. So, you got to figure it out. CeeDee Lamb, you are in tier group two because I don't trust your hands. Sorry. I don't trust your hands. They're better than Hollywood's, but I don't trust them. Somebody gonna tear me up for that one, boy. Um, Tier group three, Jalen Waddle, Amon Ra, St. Brown. I gotta do something with these names. Garrett Wilson. However, ding, 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 ding. Garrett Wilson has been moved up to tier group two. I'm not dropping anybody from tier group two, but I draft Garrett Wilson over AJ Brown. So Garrett Wilson has now officially been moved up to tier group 2. I would not draft Jalen Waddle over AJ Brown unless I can get him on a turnaround in the draft and get them both. So that's why I don't mind keeping Jalen in the third or in the third tier. T. Higgins is a tier group 3. He is tier group 3 because of the amount of weapons that I know he's the number 2 there. But it's so many weapons for the Bengals that he's not gonna get lost. He's gonna get his targets, but they won't be up there with Jamar Chase. And I would not draft T. Higgins over the tier group guys that are starting in a sense. You know what I mean? I can let people argue T. Higgins. Don't get me wrong, I think he's the best number 2 wide receiver. Possibly he could be a one if if he had the opportunity. Oh, excuse me, if he had the opportunity. But for now, I have him in tier group 2. I mean tier group 3 with Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, Deebo Samuels, and Amari Cooper. So what we're going to do here is we are going to move Devontae Smith to tier group 2 because I made a mistake there. He should not be in tier group 3. But we're going to leave everybody else in tier group 2. I'm not dropping anybody down. We're just going to add we're going to add Devontae Smith to tier group 2. Let's see here. Chris Olave, Deebo Samuels, and Amari Cooper. Those are your tier group 3. Tier group 4, DK Metcalf. I want to drop him to tier group 5, to be quite honest with you, because as of right now, I would draft Jake London. There's a lot of tier group 5 guys that I would draft above him, and this is what we are going to do. DK Metcalf is going to leave tier group 4, and we are going to put him in tier group 5, and we are going to move Brandon Ayuk up to tier group 4, as well as George Pickens. Yep, George Pickens, Brandon Ayuk are moving up to tier group 4, and we are going to move DK Metcalf down to tier group 5. So we have Brandon Ayuk, George Pickens, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, Calvin Ridley, Terry McLaurin, Jerry Jeudy, Keenan Allen, and DeAndre Hopkins. Those are your tier group 4. And now that DeAndre Hopkins is playing for Tennessee, when I think about it, yeah, I'm keeping him there. I'm not going to move him up. He can stay in tier group 4. All right, tier group 5, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Drake London, Mike Evans, Mike Williams. Let's see. Chris Godwin, Christian Kirk, Jahan Dotson, Michael Pittman, Jordan Addison, Marquise Brown, and Treylon Burks. Yeah, I'll keep Marquise Brown in the 5th because I drafted him over some of these guys in the tier group 6. So tier group 6, we have Jackson Smith, Nigba. I hope I said that right. Gabe Davis, Deontay Johnson. Ding, ding, ding. We are moving Deontay Johnson out of tier group 6, and we are going to move into tier group 5. All right. Kadarius Toney, tier group 6. Rashad Bateman, Jameson Williams, Cortland Sutton, Quentin Johnson. Quentin Johnson can stay in tier group 6 as a rookie. They have a lot of weapons there. They have Austin Eckler, so he is going to have to climb his way up to target, which is fine. So if you can get him late in rounds, like rounds, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe, that's probably would be the best place to get you might be able to get him in the 9th, 10th round too. What's his name? Sorry, Quentin Johnston. Brandon Cooks, Jacoby Myers, Juju Smith-Schuster, Daryl Mooney, Alan Lazard, Michael Thomas, and Zay Flowers. These are your tier group 6 players. All right, tier group 7, Elijah Moore, Nico Collins, DJ Chark, Tyler Boyd, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Zay Jones, Odell Beckham Jr. I'm keeping him there due to his injuries and age. He's going to stay in tier group 7. Adam Thielen, Rondale Moore, Michael Gallup, Rashid Shaheed, Sky Moore, Alec Pierce, Romeo Dobbs, Wandale Robinson, and Hunter Renfrow, tier group 7. Next, we have tier group 8. KJ Osborne, Curtis Samuel, Chase Claypool, John Mitchie, Marquez Valdez Scantling, Darius Slayton, Joshua Palmer, Miko Hardman, Allen Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, Isaiah Hodgins, Devontae Parker, Taekwon Thornton, Van Jefferson, Corey Davis, Tim Patrick, Russell Gage, Paris Campbell, Josh Downs, Robert Woods, Terrace Marshall, Sterling Shepard, Isaiah McKenzie, Josh Reynolds, and Kendrick Bourne. Tier group is 6. Tier group 8. Now, they got some really good names in tier group 8. These are kind of guys that are third stringers, not third string, yeah, your third wide receiver, possibly your second wide receiver, just probably on the bad offense type thing. Or again, your third option receiver. So like Allen Robinson is going to Pittsburgh. I actually think that is a beautiful place for Allen Robinson with the weaponry, with Deontay Johnson, with George Pickens, and now Allen Robinson and Najee Harris. Hey, look here. If you ain't all in on Pittsburgh, you gonna fail in fantasy football because you should have somebody from this roster on your team, even that defense. But what I said about drafting that defense too early. All right. But yeah, right. I would if I was playing fantasy football and I saw Allen Robinson, I'm talking about round 11, 12. If he's on that board, please come here. Please come here. It's just Ed is a juicy pick right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they have a really good team with these types of weapons. There's an issue in LA with him there, and I'm not even blaming Allen Robinson for what was going on there. Wrong place. Sometimes it just don't work out. So I think with the coaching staff, with the players that they got there, Pittsburgh looking real good. I like the fact that they got Allen Robinson. All right. Tier 9, last tier for the receivers. We have Mac Hollins, Marvin Jones, Jonathan Mingo, Khalil Shakir, Richie James Jr., Quins Watkins, Devin Duvernay, KJ Hamler, Sean Bout, Rasheed Rice, Jalen Reed, Nick Westbrook. I'm gonna just stay right there. LaVisca Chenault. Damn, what happened to that cat, man? David Bell, Braxton Berrios, Marvin Mims, and Nelson Aguilar. So those are your 110 wide receivers from tier groups 1 through 9. And last, we have tight ends. Tight ends. Tier group 1, Travis Kelce. Of course. Tier group 2. Also in tier group 1, we have Mark Andrews, George Kittle, and DJ Hockenson. Those are your 4 best tight ends in the NFL, and thanks. This will remain that way. Somebody may have been able to argue Kyle Pitts, not with that walking boot. I heard. I haven't seen it myself, but I hear he's walking with a boot on that leg. I don't think Kyle Pitts is going to have a good year. I honestly think he was a look. It looked good in college. It really did, and sometimes that's where it stops. He ain't done nothing. Oh, there's a lot that this team needs. I get it. I do. But then did that mean you needed him? No. So again, it's a waste of a pick in my eyes, and it will be until I really see the numbers show why you drafted him at that position. You know what I mean? But anyway, tier group 2, you have Kyle Pitts, Dallas Goedert, Darren Waller, and Pat Freiermuth. Pat, keeping Pat in tier group 2, but as highly as I am on the Steelers, he is a good steal if you're looking for a tight end. If you cannot get those top 4, okay? I am looking at Pat for Pittsburgh, okay? Tier group 3, Evan Ingram, David Njoku, Tennessee got to do that. Chigozine, boy. Call him CO. I'm gonna just give a man initial CO. He got CO, Cole Kmet. One of y'all, when y'all get a chance, somebody pronounce his name for me. The Titans tight end, Tennessee Titans tight end, Chigozine Owak. Somebody help me pronounce that so I don't butcher this kid's name. All right. There's too much respect for my players to butcher their names. All right. So yeah, somebody give me a help on that one. Cole Kmet, Dalton Schultz, and Greg Dulcich. Those are your tier group 3 guys. Tier group 4, you got Dawson Knox, Gerald Everett, Juwan Johnson, Tyler Higbee, Mike Gesicki, Taysom Hill, Zach Ertz, Trey McBride, Noah Fant, Hunter Henry, Jelani Woods, Irv Smith Jr., which I hope he does good with Cincinnati. I really do. I thought he would have been a good. I thought he was good for the Minnesota Vikings. It didn't work, so I hope it works for the Cincinnati Bengals. If it does, they're in the Super Bowl. Hayden Hurst, and yeah, that's tier group 4. Tier group 5, Isaiah Likely, Dalton Kincaid, Sam Laporta, Logan Thomas, Cade Otton, Michael Mayer, Daniel Bellinger, and Austin Hooper. And though I have Isaiah Likely in tier group 5, I do like that tight end, and the targets hopefully can go up. But again, he is battling with Andrews in target share. So you're really only messing with Isaiah Likely if Andrews is out, and you can scoop up Likely in the waiver wire, for the time being when Andrews is probably out injured. And I think he could be out this year for a few games. So Isaiah Likely would be your slide-in guy if need be. So there we have, ladies and gentlemen, there we have our rankings and really our tier groups. But now what we're going to go into real quick, I won't do everybody. What I want to do is I want to go over real quick to end this first episode. I want to go over the first round. I want to go over the first round of the draft. And for me, I want to go over it per 8-man, 10-man, 12-man, 14-man, and 16-man teams. Okay. So that's why I'm only going to do the first round for this first episode. And when we do episode 2, we will go through the other rounds. It's 15 rounds, I believe, 13 or something like that. So we probably ain't getting all these rounds in on one episode, but we will get what I would suggest is the draft order of rankings when you guys draft. This is just basically, I want to make sure I get these numbers or this order out to you guys before Refuse to Lose draft or for anybody else's draft. We have a few changes. Very high on Justin Jefferson this year. So because of that, I'm going to make a new column. Yeah. And we're going to call this New Rank. Why? Because I have a new ranking. So, Christian McCaffrey's original ranking was number 1. As of today, Christian McCaffrey's new rank, number 2. So he should be the second overall pick in the first round. Put you in the middle. So yeah, I am doing this one on the fly only for the first round. And I'm going to do this for the rest of them because I'm going to tell you what I originally had them as. And this is something that I worked on a few weeks ago. Like I know it was in July, early July when I started, like a little after the 4th of July, but like let's say like the second, third week of July is when I really started working on this. When Joe came up to me with the new show. So at the time, this is what the rankings were. We are now in training camp. I've reports here, reports there. Things have changed a little bit, right? Jonathan Taylor was number 2 overall. We are going to take Jonathan Taylor out of the first round right now. I think I'm going to move and swap Jonathan Taylor with, let's see. Right now, we'll move him out, and we'll give him a rank later. Justin Jefferson has moved from rank overall 3 to the number 1 draft pick. Justin Jefferson should be your number 1 draft pick. Number 3 should be Nick Chubb. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. So, originally I had Justin Jefferson at 3. He has now moved up to 1. I had Christian McCaffrey at 1. He has now moved down to 2. I had Patrick Mahomes at 4. He is staying at 4th overall. I had Nick Chubb ranked at 5. He has now moved up to 3 overall. And I have Jamar Chase at 6. He is now being moved up to 5th overall. We have Derrick Henry originally at 7. His new rank is going to be 6. So it looks like a couple of guys are just going to move up a rank. Saquon Barkley was originally 8. He's moving up to 7. Cooper Kupp was originally 9. He's moving up to 8. Tyreek Hill was originally 10. He is now moving up to 9. And we're going to stop right there for right now. We do not have Jonathan Taylor in the first round, in the first 9, in our first 9 picks. Okay. The reason why I'm stopping at 9 is for an 8-man league, 9 is the turnaround for the person with the 8th pick. Okay. So what does this mean? Well, at number 8, what would be available to him if Christian, Justin Jefferson, Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Cooper Kupp are gone, what is now left to him, and he picked Cooper Kupp, and that was, let's say they went in that order, he now has the option of Tyreek Hill at number 9, after he just picked up Cooper Kupp, or he now has the option of drafting Jonathan Taylor. If he's okay with taking Jonathan Taylor at 9, you know what I mean? That's fine, right? That's his turnaround pick. So that means Jonathan Taylor went first in the 2nd round. That's what that 9th pick is. 9 is first in the 2nd round on a 8-man team. All right. So let's keep going. Now we are going to move to Austin Eckler. His original ranking was 11. His new ranking is now 10. Travis Kelce's original rank was a 12. He is now 11. Let's stop there. So in a 10-man team, I don't have Jonathan Taylor. I still haven't given him a number in a 10-man team. At 11, I'm right now, I'm more comfortable drafting Travis Kelce at 11 after I picked up Austin Eckler. So I have my running back and I have a tight end, which means when my pick comes back around later on, it's a receiver, it's a quarterback. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing the turnaround numbers only because I can it's easier to kind of do those on the back end as I'm going through the different amount of teams. All right, so we have Bijan Robinson, overall 13. He is moving up to 12. This is where I feel comfortable placing Jonathan Taylor. He was 2 overall. He has now dropped down to 13 overall. So I don't mind grabbing Jonathan. Just an angry, upset Jonathan Taylor in the 2nd round. I don't think he should fall to the 3rd round. I don't think he's going to be that bad of a player. Happy players are first round draft picks. He ain't a happy player. You're better off looking in the 2nd round. If things change between now and of course the season starting, yeah, of course we're going to move Jonathan Taylor back up. This is just now with everything, with the news and everything going on. I just don't think he's looking like a first-round draft pick right now. He's unhappy with his team. He doesn't want to play for them. He's requested a trade. You got fake injury reports out there right now. He's looking unhappy on the sideline. There's too many red flags right now. And what that will do is keep Breece Hall at 14. And why did I do that? Why did I move Jonathan Taylor to the 13th spot rather than move Breece Hall up 1? Well, Breece Hall's still dealing with an injury, and the Jets are looking at another running back. So I don't mind leaving him at 14. So he'll stop here at 12 and 14, basically. In a 12-man league, right? You got Bijan Robinson, and then you backdoor and got Jonathan Taylor. You're really happy. In this instance, it's a 12-man league, guys. It gets tougher as those numbers climb. So this is where you can be happy going running back. Okay? Why? Look who you got. You potentially have Jonathan Taylor and Bijan and Breece Hall or Bijan Robinson. Okay. In a 14 team, it's the same thing. You got Jonathan Taylor and then you backdoor Breece Hall. Or if you don't go running back, if you've gotten Breece Hall, or if you've gotten Bijan or Jonathan Taylor, look at this. You got deep in those receivers coming up. They don't necessarily have to go in that 3rd round, but these third-round guys that you can snag up early, Debo, Devontae. Why did they're tier group 2 guys that have moved into more so late second round, third round draft order. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by it's okay if a guy like Jonathan Taylor drops based off what's happening. You don't want to waste a first round pick on disgruntled players. Move them down. Go for guys you know that you can get the best out of with that first pick. Make that first pick that damn important. Jonathan Taylor is not important right now with that pick because of what's going on. I'm sorry. They're not making him important. They're not making him a priority. His priority is his happiness. He ain't happy right now. Can't draft you if you ain't happy. I mean, you ain't gonna play good for me. I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Next 15, T. Higgins. I'm gonna leave T. Higgins at 15. That was his original rank, and this is gonna be his new rank. And then 16 is Devontae Adams. We're gonna keep him at his same rank as well. So not too much movement, except for the first round. And it was I moved a lot of pieces around. But as we got into that second round, outside of Jonathan Taylor, everybody pretty much I would say second round as we got into either a second round, depending on the 8 to 10 man team or 12 man team, or coming in a 16 man team. This is still all first round players. So if this is a 16 team league, right? There are 16 players. Keep Debo at 17. So if this is a 16 team league, right? Here are your first round draft picks. Your first round draft picks of 16 players. Number 1, Justin Jefferson. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey. Number 3, Nick Chubb. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. Number 5, Jamar Chase. Number 6, Derrick Henry. Number 7, Saquon Barkley. Number 8, Amari Cooper Kupp. Number 9, Tyreek Hill. Number 10, Austin Eckler. Number 11, Travis Kelce. Number 12, Bijan Robinson. Number 13, Jonathan Taylor. Number 14, Breece Hall. Number 15, T. Higgins. Number 16, Devontae Adams. And on the turnaround, if this is a 16-team league, Devontae Adams was your 16th pick in the second round, and you're starting the third round in a 16-team league. 16-team league, you're starting your third round, drafting Deebo Samuels, A.J. Brown, Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, Stephon Diggs, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Hurts if you want to get you a quarterback. That is what you are basically looking at in a 16-team league if you have Devontae Adams as your first pick in that league. You are on the turnaround in the second round, and you're grabbing another receiver, quarterback. I wouldn't do it, or Najee Harris, who I do have up here at number 26 ranking overall. So and we'll get into that on the next show when we go past the first round. But right now, we have the first round of the fantasy league, and let me repeat those again. First pick, Justin Jefferson. That's why I have ranked at number 1. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey. Number 3, Nick Chubb. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. Number 5, Jamar Chase. Number 6, Derrick Henry. Number 7, Saquon Barkley. Number 8, Cooper Kupp. I keep wanting to say Amari Cooper. Number 8, Cooper Kupp. Number 9, Tyreek Hill. Number 10, Austin Eckler. Number 11 is Travis Kelce. Number 12, Bijan Robinson. Number 13, Jonathan Taylor. Number 14, Breece Hall. Number 15, T. Higgins. Number 16, Devontae Adams. And number 17, Deebo Samuels. Those are our first 17 picks. I did 17 because I like to have that guy on the turnaround to let you guys know where the rankings for the next round basically begin. So if this is an 8-man league, the eighth person would draft Cooper Kupp if he was available, or anywhere between Cooper, Tyreek, Austin, Travis, Bijan, Breece. It just depends on what he's doing with that 8th pick. And then his turnaround with that 9th pick, again, is the same thing. Tyreek Hill, Austin Eckler, Travis Kelce, Breece Hall, those same guys. It's just those guys are now moved down into the round 2 for an 8-man team. Same thing as a 10-man team. Austin Eckler will end the 10-man team. And for the first round, Travis Kelce with his 11 as ranked as 11 picks up the second round in a 12-man team. Bijan Robinson ends the first round. Breece Hall or Jonathan Taylor begins the second round, sorry. In a 14-man team, Breece Hall ends the first round. T. Higgins starts the second round. And in a 16-man team, Devontae Adams ends the first round, and Deebo Samuels starts the second round. So those are our first round picks for a 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16-man team. I'm not doing 18. If you're an 18 team leaguer, dude, you better than me. Go find something else to go do with your life. I ain't there. We stop at 16 teams, all right? So, hey, guys, this was a wonderful show. I had a great time with you all. Thank you for sitting here with me, going over these tier groups, going over the first round for fantasy football. I'm so excited for this for you guys, man. I really want to make sure I give you guys the best information. I pay attention to the bye weeks. I pay attention to injury reports. I pay attention to the weather. I pay attention to back-to-back losses, primetime games, chemistry, consistency. I pay attention to all that so that I know that the best information for fantasy football and that I'm giving you guys the best information for fantasy football. All right. This was a great episode. I was so excited to do it. And I'm excited for the second one. I think I will be doing that one. Let's see. I think I'll hopefully be able to record that one because these are pre-recorded. So Thursday, so that this one can air on Friday. I want to do it that way so that when the season does start off, Friday is injury report day. You guys deserve a show that day. I don't know if it'll be live or pre-recorded, but you guys deserve a show on that Friday so you have all your injury report information and you can set your lineups that Saturday, especially if you guys do best ball, if you guys do what is it called? FanDuel, DraftKings, all of that stuff. You want your lineup set up by Saturday at best. You don't want to be scrambling Sunday morning. Don't do that to yourself. Don't tinker with your lineup, guys. We're going to talk all about that stuff. Set your lineup. Set it, leave it, walk it away. Let your balls hang. Sorry I had to come out with that one. Let them hang, man. You put your team out. These are the players you drafted, right? You drafted everybody that's on your roster. Why are you sitting here undecided about who to play? Yes, somebody on your bench might outscore your starter. You're not going to know that, okay? You are starting somebody based on analysis, based on people saying start and sit. I'm listening to some of that sometimes, but depending on who the players are, the defenses and stuff like that, yes, do listen to that, okay? But some of them I take under my own belt. And like, I think I can handle. Like when they sit here and say sit Justin Herbert, depending on what the defense he's playing is. Okay, but I've seen Justin Herbert against really great defenses still put up 3 touchdowns. Are the Chargers losing? Probably because their defense sucks. That doesn't mean I need to sit Justin Herbert. He's still going to give me 3 touchdowns. I'm still going to get 33 points in fantasy football from the kid, or worse, 25 to 27, 21 maybe, okay? That doesn't mean I need to sit him. If you're telling me to sit Kirk Cousins playing against somebody, yeah, because Kirk Cousins might mess around and give you 10, okay? Especially if it's a primetime game. Don't play Kirk Cousins in primetime. Everybody should know that by now. Have another quarterback, okay? But man, look, we're gonna have fun with the show. We have some cool segments that we want to do. I do want to do. I'm not sure how to work them in, but there's a way I want you guys to do your call-ins. Gripe about your players. Be expressive about the ones that did great for you. Call out coach. He gave you some ad advice. Coach on the way, hey, what you got to do? I'm sending players to the couch. Yeah, we're gonna have a segment like that this year. We may have to do it where you guys plug in. You gotta send me who you want me to talk about. And, we can go through it from there. But we're gonna have a lot of fun segments to come at players and to congratulate the ones that helped us win. Man, fantasy football is fun. It's stressful. It can ruin lives. It can win you a lot of money. It's that kind of thing. All right. So if that's what your life is about, if you got the time to mess around with Coach, come see us every week. We are here at Refuse to Lose Network on FFC Fantasy Football with Coach, and we're here to give you the best fantasy football information, the best football analysis information that you can have out there. Don't listen to ESPN. They fired a bunch of people. Obviously, somebody there ain't doing their job. I'm just saying. Good Morning Football is still rocking, right? I'm just saying, don't listen to ESPN. Okay, I listen to ESPN during the draft. Okay, Kyle and all them. I listen to all of them during the draft. They know what they're talking about with these young players. Okay, fantasy football. Leave that to the guys that play. Leave it to us. Let us help each other out. Let us help out our guys, okay? Y'all sit out here keep telling me Patrick Mahomes is a 4th or 5th round draft pick. No, quarterbacks in certain tier groups are. Patrick Mahomes is a 1st round draft pick. Stop diminishing this man's player skill. He's a 1st round draft pick. Damn near Jalen Hurts is a 1st round draft pick if you really want to go that route. He's a dual threat quarterback, okay? Josh Allen is a 1st round draft quarterback if you really want to go that route. Would I draft him that high? No. Drafted Patrick Mahomes that high because with 2 Super Bowls behind his back and never diminishing in any of his gameplay. I mean, that's why. But those other 2, I would draft behind 3rd, 4th round. That's when you're looking for Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, not Lamar Jackson. Okay, guys that are going to effectively win you some football games. Really, just put up some really good numbers in fantasy, 30+ points. After that, wait on your quarterback. Okay, wait on you. If you can't get none of them guys, you can get Justin Herbert in the 5th, 6th round. You can wait. You can get Joe Burrow in the 5th, 6th round, bro. You can wait for that. You can still win fantasy football games. They're not dual threat. Dual threat is what you want early, okay? Let's put that out there now. Let's not diminish what these dual threat guys really are. They are that damn good, okay? So, excuse me. We're going to need more water than that, but look, this is going to be a great show, guys. I hope to see you guys each and every week. We're going to have fun with fantasy football. Again, I'm not playing. I'm playing through each and every one of you. So when you come to me and you ask Coach, who else should coach? Who else to start? Coach, should I sit this player? Coach, should I trade this player? I'm going to give you the advice. I'm not going to give you my advice that I think will help you capitalize on who you play. No, that's not going to do nothing. That's just a 1-week advice. No, I'm going to give you any advice that it's going to allow you to win this week and allow you to carry that win. That's what I'm looking here for. I'm looking for you to have consistency in your winning weeks. 3 weeks in a row. Win 8 weeks in a row. It's not going to happen. Get you 3 weeks. Get you 5 weeks in a row some wins before you take that L. You know what I mean? Because you're just rolling high. That's what I'm here for, to give you guys the best information possible to help you guys win a lot of fantasy football games. Because, hell, I want to keep doing this. I don't want to stop. If I can sit here every day just to talk fantasy football, to critique players on the field and what their numbers produce on paper, so yeah, skins all day. Ain't no skin off my back. I'm having fun. You see a smile on my face? And yes, Coach going to thump some players. And Coach going to congratulate some. We're going to have some disagreements. We're going to have some agreements. But, hey, all in all, we're going to have fun on FFC. And I just want to see all the victories based off the information that I give you guys. If you win, period. If I got 20 people coming at me because they lost all fantasy football games, hey, this may not be for me. You know what I mean? But, hey, I had a great show with you guys today. I'm excited for show number 2. And I'll catch you guys later. Hey, FFC's out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.